Go for it. I tell you to go for it. I sure will. I say go for it. When the proof is laying there, I ain't lying. Miss Thomas, you're correct. They're not gonna know anything. They show not. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're talking about. Let me step off for a second and step back in after I get my temper calmed down. But I'm still here. I ain't left. I'm over here cooling down before you really get your feelings hurt. I ain't even reading the comments. You asked me to please hurt yours. Miss Thomas, thank you. You want me to please hurt yours? Here comes your hurting feelings, bitch. See ya. Don't want to be ya. See, y'all didn't think I was smart enough to know how to block somebody on here because I don't get on here very much. But back to what I was saying about people. Hey, D. I'm doing good today. How about you? About how people gets on this app and they beg. And they beg. Well, I appreciate you popping into my live. Thank you very much. But this is one doggone begging app. Everybody's always got something negative to say. Nobody can hold alive that there ain't somebody jumping in there asking questions that is none of their business. It wasn't their money. It was my money. It was my money. Okay? You're right, Dee. There's a lot of beggars on here, unfortunately. A lot. Miss Thomas, you are a good person. There are other good people on this app. They are. They are. And I'll agree with you on that. They are. High percentage Priscilla. They are some good people on this app. Very much good people on this app. But then there's also those that's not so good. Thank you for stopping into my live. But then you got those that's not so good people on this app. I'm doing good, sugar. How about you? Doing real good. Just sitting out here on my front porch, chilling. Thought I'd go live for a few minutes. Yes, Priscilla, there is a lot of snakes on this app. D, you're right. This app has come nothing but to a lot of panhandling going on this app. It's about the same degree here, running about 76, 77, somewhere along in there, but it's kind of windy. But they're good people on this app. They're bad people on this app. Whether they on this app or off this app, it's still all the same thing. Whether they're good or whether they're bad. D, I've seen some strange stuff up on this here app also. They try to say that you can't get a docket number fixed where it does not show in public records when a case is going on. That's not true. You can't. You most certainly can. Especially when it's still under investigation. I appreciate everybody that has hung in here with me. I don't like having to be ugly to nobody, but I will not take nobody coming in being disrespectful to me either. If you don't have the facts in your hand, if you can't get the facts, don't come at me sideways. Because I will take your ass right out my chat. I'm not here for the drama. I'm just here on speaking on facts. And anybody with common sense can stroll anywhere through TikTok and see just what I'm talking about. The facts are there. I mean, I've seen people get cars bought for them, get apartments paid for them, get everything they ask for. They get it all and still sit on this app and ask for more. And ask for more. And it's sad. They bought campers for people to live in. They bought vehicles. They buy their clothes. They buy their food. They buy the shoes. They even buy down to their drawers. Nookie, just know what you posting before you post about me, okay? When it's an ongoing investigation, even though some charges has done been filed, that don't mean that it's going to go public for everybody to see, okay? Hi, Coach. I mean, why come jumping in my life when I ain't bothering nobody? No, they won't be a number online until the DA and my attorney and the investigators, federal investigators, puts it into the system. You're right, Miss Thomas, they do have a job. If some charges has done been carried, and Carrie, just get your ass right on out my life. You don't want me. I tell you that right now, you don't want me. Yes, because it's multiple charges, Nookie. Some already's been served. Some has not. You got one more time to call me a liar. No, ma'am. They don't do it all at one time. No, ma'am. They don't do it all at one time. You're right, Miss Thomas. They don't have a job. All they do is sit on TikTok and beg, stroll, and harass people. You're right. I'm glad you got a job. I do too. I mean, can't even hold alive, just to hold alive, without somebody jacking the jaws. D, yes, I did. Yes, I did. For my stupidity. I sure did. I mean, I just come on here because the day is a bad day for me. It's been 2 years that someone I love passed away. I'm gonna have to come back, y'all. I'm gonna have to go out and come back in. They say my lives go end in 20 minutes. 396 people in here. Hey D, thanks for coming back. Appreciate that. But I will not discuss anything legally that I have going on with anybody in this here chat, okay? I want a peaceful chat. I want to be able to say what I feel and know what I feel on this app. I shouldn't have to not come live on this app to make other people happy. It's not fair when I never go live every once in a blue moon. And when I decide I do want to come live, just because certain people is trying to be nosy to get information because they don't like another person and posts about them all the time, trying to find out legal matters, they're not going to get it from me. Just like my attorney told me. Just like they can't find it on the roster. There's a legal why. It's because of TikTok. But today has been a hard day. That's what I was expressing. I lost my sister-in-law. Today was 2 years ago to a drug overdose. Just trying to give people some awareness. Talking about my life, how my life has been growing up. I ain't asked nobody for nothing while I was alive. Nothing at all. Not one dime. Nothing. Because I'd rather go hungry, homeless, and phoneless than to ask anybody. Thank you, Dee. I sure would. But people always got something to say when somebody's trying to have a positive life. See if that'll hold the hair out my face. But they do. They always got something to say. They always got to bring drama in where there's no need for drama. When a person is just coming on an app talking about how they feel about things. They can come on here and talk all they want to while they begging. But you let a person come on here just talk on a app. Then they go want to bring up stuff they have no idea about. They ain't sit in my lawyer's office nary day. They ain't sit in the courthouse with me nary day. Not one time. Not one time. They have not paid one of my legal fees. I have. So if you got to come with your negative Nancy ass, take it on down the road, because this ain't the app for you. I don't know what that thing's doing, because I don't usually go live. And they jump in my live and they talking all this crap. Okay, when I go to Melissa Sue's live and they all up in that box, I'm go get Torlos too. Good afternoon, Heather. But I ain't come on this app for no crap today. I came on this app because I wanted to talk to people. I wanted to make new friends. There's always going to be haters. The key is to ignore them and don't waste your energy. You're right. You're right about that. You need to keep your little friends, Melissa Sue, out of my live asking questions. They have no business asking. You're my friend, girl. And I have told you that I would let you know when things starts happening. But Nookie, Hootie, Tran, I think is her name. They need to go sit down before they get the feelings hurt. No, baby, you can't help what other people does. You sure can't. You can't. Melissa Sue, you sure can't, baby. I agree with you on that. But they want to run up in my life running their mouth. You sure can't. I take care of myself 24/7. I don't ask nobody on this app for anything. It's been 2 years today my sister-in-law passed away. April 6th of last year, I had a brother passed away. Then July 12th, I had another brother passed away. I didn't come to this app and ask nobody to help me bury them or help me do anything. So they ain't got no right coming running sideways at me, because they run sideways at me. I promise you, I will run sideways back. Just because I'm 60, that don't mean I still don't roll. Fuck people and their stupidity. I said what I said. People like y'all is what make people not want to come live that isn't a beggar or a scammer. You right, Melissa Sue. They think they can do what they want to do, but I ain't the woman for them to try to do it too. People so worried about what I got going on legally and wanting to see the proof so bad. I could put proof out there, but why hurt my case by putting the proof out there? Miss Thomas, you 61. Well, Melissa Sue, they're not gonna get away with it. I promise you that. Some papers has been served. Hey Eddie, some papers been served. But when it's coming in multiples, they're not all gonna get served at one time. When each case is different. And if you have an attorney and there's cases going on, multiple parts in a case, and you got a good attorney, no, they're not going to put it on the docket for the world to see. Eddie, your brother's a prosecutor. Well, ask your brother, being he's a prosecutor, baby. Because I really like you, Eddie. You cracked me up on Melissa Sue's site. When multiple things is happening in a case, ask them, can a docket number be held from public record if it's requested? Miss Thomas, who says she was my best friend? Melissa Sue is my friend. Melissa Sue is a good child. She has absolutely reached out to check on me, and you're correct, Eddie. Yes, sir, you correct. That's what I've been trying to explain to a few of them that's popping in this live, like Nookie, different ones running their mouth. The docket number is sealed until after all charges and court hearing is done. Thank you. Most certainly is. Hey, Cece, baby. Hey, my friend. Cece's another one. She's a true person. Eddie's a true person. Melissa Sue's a true person. Miss Thomas, I'm starting to believe in her. But yeah. That's correct. That's right, Melissa Sue. When it's all said and done, I'm going to go live, ask you to get in my box, and I'm going to play everything. I'm going to show everything. And when the proof comes out, those that came on here calling me a liar just a while ago, I will go to their state and stand on their main street and drop their britches for them to kiss my ass. Hi, Kimmy. How are you? I know, Melissa Sue, baby, you'll be there for me when I need you. Dee, thank you, baby. Cece, you be right there too, baby. You'll be right there too. You and Melissa Sue is two of the sweetest ladies. Young ladies. I'm old enough to be y'all's mama. But Y'all are very sweet people. Miss Thomas, you think I'm funny? Well, this live, I was go, get some stuff off of my chest that, the day's a hard day, but it is what it is. And I was go be funny as hell because I always cut up. That's my nature. And I laugh a lot of stuff off. But when the wrong buttons gets pushed, I can be hell on wheels. Like I said, this here screen makes me look like I'm 200 pounds, but I ain't but 147 pounds, 5'1". I ain't tall at all. Not tall at all. Yeah, I'm from South Carolina. I live in South Carolina. I love you, Speedy. Be careful packing. Hopefully, hey, Lindsay. Hopefully this be the last time you have to move for a little while, baby. You right, Lindsay. You from Charleston? Yeah, I'm from I have a home here in South Carolina, but then I have some in some other states also. So I just pop around. I hope it's the last move for you, sweetheart. Melissa Sue, I sure do. I had my biological father passed away in 1967. My biological mom in 1970. I was 7 years old when she passed away. So, but the ones that raised me, my dad passed away in 1997 and my mom in 2011. I have, like I said, one brother left living, two siblings by my biological, one sibling by my adopted family, and she and I has no contact. Haven't had no contact in years. Eddie baby, why you say you know why the case is not on the docket yet? Tell me, baby. You always honest. You always speak facts. Come on, tell me, Eddie baby. They are building more cases on her, so they don't have all the charges yet correctly. Like I said, they have partial charges that they have already set and signed off on. The other charges is still in investigation. So that's why my attorney, knowing how Facebook is, went to the judge and had it put on where it cannot be found on the docket of the state of South Carolina. You can go county to county, but it ain't gonna happen. That's correct, Eddie. I'm just gonna leave it at that. That is correct. Eddie, you need to be a lawyer, baby, because you're stating it just the way they explained it to me. Toes in the sand? Yes, she was. Yes, she was. And that's all I'm going to answer to that. But as I was saying, you know, about my brother that passed away in July, him and me, we would fuss, fight. I mean, physically. Yeah, sweetie, I'll send you a follow. I got you, baby. I sent you a follow. But me and him, that's right, Eddie. He sure did. And you heard it with your own two ears, didn't you, Eddie, baby? See, that's why I love my Eddie, because he always comes with his facts. He always comes with his facts. Eddie comes dead with it. I love me some Eddie. I sure do. But as I was saying about my brother passed away in July, me and him, when we was kids growing up, and he always loved to get in trouble. And my mama used to tell me, girl, you better go get your child, because if I go get him, he ain't gonna like. Why am I keep getting eggs? People always like to do crazy stuff. They keep age restricting me. And I'm 60 years old. Why do they keep age restricting me? Man, they don't see the wrinkles on my damn face because I ain't got no makeup on. I ain't got no Botox, none of that kind of stuff. I'm 60 years old and they want to age restrict me. Toes in the sand, I keep trying to dodge the camera, but look like they picking up on the sin, I guess. I guess they picking up on the scent, baby, through the phone. Yeah, I smoke. Oh, okay. See, I don't know much about lives because I hardly ever go live. I've been in Melissa Sue's box. I've been in Bluegill's box. I went in Ashley McAdams' box one time. And I've been in Cherry Berries one time. Because I feel sorry for Cherry Berry. Man, if I went live every day and stayed on live all day long on TikTok, I'd be quit smoking, y'all. But as I was saying about my brother, my mama used to tell me, my mama used to tell me, girl, you better go get your child because he don't want me to get him. And I'd go over there and I'd pop him on his head. I said, Gary, you caused me to get a whipping. I'm going to give you a whipping. And y'all watched the movie Mary Poppins, right? Have y'all seen that movie? Well, we watched it on a Sunday night on our black and white TV. Next day, we went to church that morning because my mama raised us in the church, in the Pentecostal Holiness Church. And so me and him turned out her rebel kids. But we watched it that night before, went to church that Sunday morning. We came home, and we used to have the old antennas, you know, that hooked up on the side of the house that was on a pole. So me and my brother Gary, after church, we eat dinner. Mom said, okay, youngins, it's time for y'all to hit the yard. Can't stay up in this house underneath grown folks. Get in that yard. What grown folks talk about ain't none of your business. So me and Gary goes, yes, ma'am. So we go outside. I go to Mama's car. I get Mama's umbrella out the car. Well, old Gary, he looks at me. He said, Sissy. I said, what? He said, what you gonna do with that umbrella? I said, we gonna get up on top of the house. We gonna play Mary Poppins. And he said, okay. So we shimmied up that antenna to the top of the roof. We get all the way to the far end of the roof. And I tell Gary, I said, okay, Gator, open up that umbrella just before you get to the end of the roof after running. I said, and you'll fly like Mary Poppins. So we get all the way to the end of the roof of the house. And it wasn't no small house. It was a big house. I took off running with him. That nut thought I was going to jump when he jumped. He got just about to the end. I said, Gary, umbrella, open it. Gary pops that umbrella up, and he jumps off that roof, and that umbrella folds straight up like this right here. Gary goes straight down to the ground, landed on his ankle. He was hollering, screaming. He had broke his ankle, y'all. And I said, well, let me go get Mama. She gonna beat both our tails before we get to the hospital with my ankle. I said, dude, she ain't gonna break my leg. I wasn't the one who jumped off the housetop. You was. I'm done down off the roof. She ain't seen where I've been up on the roof. So I go in the house and I get Mama. So I said, Mama, I think Gary broke his ankle. She said, Cooter, how he break his ankle? Because that was my nickname. She said, Cooter, how did he break his ankles? I said, he shimmied up there to Aunt Tanner and played Mary Poppins. She looked at me, she says, and you wasn't on that roof. I looked at her, I said, I can't lie, I was on that roof. She said, who come up with the idea? I said, I can't lie, I did come up with the idea. I said, but I can't help, he was crazy enough to follow me up. She says, don't you know that boy will follow you up on anything you tell that boy to do? Quit telling him to do crazy stuff like that. I said, yes, ma'am, but he need to go to the hospital. I think he broke his ankle. So she takes him to the hospital. Comes back home from the hospital. And here he laid up on the couch with his foot on the pillow. The only thing was sticking out was his toes. And crazy me, I get down there. I paint his doggone toenails red. Daddy and Mama sitting right there watching me paint his toenails red. Mama goes, where'd you get that fingernail polish from? You know it's a sin to have fingernail polish on. And wearing fingernail polish. I said, Mama, Daddy bought it. Daddy looked at me, he said, Cooter, now why'd you open your mouth? You know I'm going to get in trouble tonight. I said, I'm sorry, Daddy. You coming back, Eddie, baby? Who nannered your account because you told the truth? So, I'm going to tell y'all why my daddy named me Cooter. And everybody called me that. Because I always went fishing with my daddy ever since I've been big enough to stand up. He'd take me fishing. He'd take me hunting. So, we would catch big turtles when we would be out in the lake fishing. So, if a turtle got on his hook, honey, because we got a hater in here that don't like
Cordy,
me
let's go,
or
baby.
don't like Eddie. That's what happened, baby. That's what happened. But so when Daddy would get one on his hook, or I get one on my hook, I wasn't scared to take the turtle off the hook. So my daddy, he nicknamed me Cooter. Me and my daddy would work on cars together, climb rooftops, put in carpet, and I mean, I was raised as a tomboy. Because that brother Gary, Daddy couldn't tolerate him long enough because he got on Daddy's nerves with his foolishness. Because Gary was always, acting foolish. And then the oldest one that passed away in April, he didn't like doing manly things. Because of, he always called him my sister, where he is my sister, because that's the lifestyle he lived and that's what he went by. Even though you see him dressing me in suits and stuff, you can go on my page. I got a video with my brother playing the piano, dressed up in tux. But then the other one, you can see his pictures. You could tell he was redneck, countrified. But we was raised Pentecostal holiness, and we was taught you didn't wear makeup, You didn't wear shorts. You didn't wear pants. You didn't wear flip flops. You didn't wear bathing suits. That's the way I was raised, you know. So as I got older, 18, I was grown. I started wearing pants. I started rebelling. And my mom and daddy look at me. As long as you live under my roof, what did you remember? What you remember? Wash your ass. Eddie, is that you under wash your ass? But I started rebelling and stuff. So, what you remember, baby? So, they told me, as long as you under. What you want to box up? You boxing up something? Is that you requesting, Eddie?
Hey, hey.
Baby.
So about what I mean by they're building up a case, I don't know if you remember I think her name was Petty Mama,
Uh-huh.
the woman who passed away after Kenesha scammed a bunch of money off of her to the point
Uh-huh.
where her family couldn't even bury her.
Yeah, I remember that.
So if I remember correctly, their family was trying to find Kenesha. Yeah, a while ago.
Yep.
But I know that if they went in and they were trying to make a case about it, that would pop up. And if that would pop up after she just got served, it would be sealed because she's looking at a bunch of fucking charges.
That's correct. She is. I mean, just in my case alone, okay, is a bunch of charges,
Oh
right?
yeah, no, I mean you got theft by deception, you got fraud, fuck, like there's a lot. I mean, honestly, if I knew the whole like the case number and shit, I can just get my brother to look it up.
But, you know, it, people don't understand that when each transaction is done, that is a case.
Well, also they don't want people to talk about it for the simple fact of if you talk about it, you can if you could slip up and fucking basically throw your whole case away.
That's right.
I only know this kind of shit because my brother did felony cases for the longest time, like murders, kidnappings. He did felony cases for a long time.
Well, see, like the attorney told me, there were certain things I could speak on and certain things I couldn't.
Yeah, and
So,
Kenesha being really, I mean, if we look at it this way, all you got to do is go into Google and type in Kenesha Davis, scammer, and literally it comes up with a bunch of shit.
yeah, it does. And they have. But, you know, they have appointed me. I could only discuss certain things. And those are the only things that I have discussed.
Yep.
But then here comes along Nookie, um, other people asking questions. I blocked one girl because I got tired of her mouth. But wanting to call me a liar, that the case number can't be found, that you can't have a case number locked down where it don't go public, where they don't know what they're talking about. You can't.
Well, yeah, no, you can. It all depends on what the case is.
That's
You can also, for example, the case like between you and her. If your lawyer knows what he's doing, he can go up to the judge, file for a motion for it to be sealed for the simple fact of because of how Kenesha is and how she does run her fucking mouth. You know, yeah.
well.
But
See,
yeah, no, my brother does felony cases, and all that shit. He doesn't anymore. He got it's not demoted, but he works with traffic shit now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, you can have it sealed. Well, sealed is the wrong term. I have to ask him what the proper term is. But basically, you have it on back file because if the case is, it, it's almost felony. Like if you look at a bunch of the shit, oh yeah, that like $1,000 is a felony.
Yeah, it is. And
For every $1,000, it's a felony. I think up to about 5,000, then it becomes a second degree felony.
yeah, and see, Kyle messed up himself when those papers were served, and I could say the papers were served. I could say, but in their paperwork, when they were served, it plainly stated that they could not bring it to social media.
Oh yeah, no, that's why they deny it.
But then Kyle said they were served.
He said, if I remember, like again, don't quote me on this. I'm not 100%. I smoke a lot of 420, so I do. I want to say I do remember, and it was a private call. I want to say I do remember him saying, "Oh yeah, no, we did get served."
Uh-huh. And then he said it on social media also. Right after.
Oh yeah.
Right after she moved out of the motel room with him and moved in with the other dude. And he was mad. Him and Allie was in a room together.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but yeah, no, you can have certain you can have certain shit like hidden. Um, it's possible. It is possible. Because she is looking at felonies. And also if they're actually trying to hit her with multiple things, they might also try to get her for the animal abuse and all that other shit.
Well, see, with her, I don't never call her Kanisha, okay? I call her Kinky, what she goes by. And what people don't understand, a lot of people that's on this here app, Katie, he did on live because their lives does get recorded.
Oh, everyone's lives do.
But what I'm talking about with the cases that is going on, their lives is being recorded for court reasons. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, no, I know what you're saying. My prime example is I remember, and quote me if I'm wrong, whoever's in here. I remember her getting handed paperwork that she's not legally allowed to have any more animals.
She was. I seen that too.
And now, if you look at the pictures of the house being sold, there's a dog bed in the corner. And then there's a cat behind the well, there's a cat behind the fucking protective wall thing. If you zoom in, you'll see a cat, and then there's a dog bed right there.
Well, see, with serving, we had went multiple times, right?
That's why she hasn't really been going. Well, that's one reason why she hasn't been going live lately. I want to say is, well, it's hard to keep a dog quiet. And number two, the house is getting sold. She's technically squatting. She's not on the lease. She's technically squatting in that house.
She ain't in the apartment no more.
Oh no, she's squatting in it.
Oh, she's squatting in the apartment.
No, yeah. That place is getting sold. It's on the market right now to be sold.
Huh.
No, toes in the sand. She never took over. See, she never took over the lease. The only reason why she's been there for this month is because I think the girl paid this month's rent and then left. Yeah. Yeah, no, she never fucking took over the lease. Nothing. And honestly, they get $600 a month. They wouldn't be able to afford that fucking place. But yeah,
No, they
no, she's gonna hit a squatters' rights. Watch. I guarantee you guys this. She's gonna be hitting a squatters' rights thing.
well, they have passed a new bill that starting July, I think they said on July 1st, and this was on the news. So I'm just repeating from the news, okay? That squatters took over Florida so bad on people's homes, right? So now they have going to make it United States wide. If you squat in a home that don't belong to you, and the homeowner goes there and tells you to leave, and you do not leave that property, or mortgage companies, whatever, then they call the cops. They arrest you.
Yes and no. My brother, he has a couple of properties that he rents out. So getting somebody evicted, that takes months. It takes months to get somebody evicted, especially somebody who's claiming squatters' rights because you can't legally force them out without having a place to go.
Well, what I'm saying is they just showed last night on the news that starting as of January 1st, that they are changing the law
Oh, you talking about Florida?
for Florida everywhere now.
Oh, I thought that was only in Florida.
No, they're talking all 50 states. 50 states.
Oh, I didn't know that. I only thought it was Florida doing that. That's news.
Yeah, I thought it was just Florida too because I have family members that lives down in Florida, and I thought it was just Florida too. And my brother-in-law, he is military. He's retired military, but he still works for the government on the base, right? So I was talking to him. He said, no, it's going all 50 states. Catch the news again, and it will show you it has all 50 states listed on it. I said, okay. So I listened to the news again at 11 o'clock last night, and it stated all 50 states. So I know it was start off with, I thought it was just Florida. But from what they were saying on the news last night at 11 o'clock, it's all 50 states.
Ah. And I remember fucking when COVID was going on and nobody was paying rent, dude. There were squatters left and right, dude. People were just breaking into apartments because they knew that they couldn't be kicked out.
Yeah, and that's like you let somebody come into your home, right? As anywhere in the United States, you let a person move in your home, just being nice, giving them a place to stay for a couple of days until they can find a place to go. You know, if they don't want to leave, whether they receive mail at your box or not,
That's what I was about to say. Don't let them receive mail.
if they don't want to leave, you got to go through the magistrate's court and file for a eviction.
Yep. And that's why I always recommend, if you ever let somebody stay, do not allow them to receive mail there.
That's right. Because my brother that passed away in July, even though he didn't live with me, he had his own place in Sumter. Because I lived a good ways from him. He would his mail would come to my house, right? So they considered his residence as my house. My 19-year-old grandson that was staying with me, but he moved out last summer in August, and he moved to another town in South Carolina, and my address was on his ID because he didn't have a driver's license. But he got into some trouble, and do I agree with what he done? Nope. Do I think justice should be done for what he done? Yep. If they give him prison time, do I think he should have to pull that prison time? Yes, because he done the crime. But
that's what I tell everyone. Anytime someone's like, "Oh, you don't you have?" I go, "Fuck no, my family won't bail me out. I put myself in there. They're gonna make my ass sit. They'll give me phone calls. They'll write me letters."
Like my grandchildren and my daughter, I tell anybody, I told them right straight, up front, if you go to jail for fighting, and it's just one-on-one, fist on fist, I come bail you out. That ain't but $250.
Oh, see, I wouldn't even get bailed out.
I come bail you out for fighting because they got that in their DNA, you know. Because back in the day, I was one that would throw hands in a heartbeat. Where I will still throw them now if I have to. But for fighting, yeah, I'll go bail you out. But if you get locked up for drugs, DUI, stealing, burglary, murder, rape, don't call me to come bail you out. Nope, I ain't coming to get you. You'll sit right there. Have I went and visited him? Yeah, because he's still.
I mean, of course you're gonna go visit him. Top Cop. Yeah, you still have to go through the eviction process. Like you literally have to go through the courts, file it, all that shit.
And you have to pay for that eviction to be filed.
Yup. Only time I've been bailed out is when I was serving papers for my brother. I was serving papers to to this dude, and yeah.
It didn't turn out good, huh?
Oh no.
But I mean, with all the stuff, and people has watched her. I've been on this app. It'll be 3 years June, right? It'll be 3 years. And if people, and I would have never, hey Juju baby, I would have never, would have thought that a person would be that capable of scamming and putting on the way that she has. Okay? I would have never thought she was like that. Not from being in her lives, I guess, because I was on, medication because I was dealing with cancer. Um, and I can pull my medical records, be more than glad to slap them up on the screen. Um, but I was dealing with cancer. Then I had 3 strokes. I had to have a device put in my heart, got stents in my legs. But, I feel sorry for her. I did. My heart really did go out to her. Really did.
Oh,
When
fucking
when she
first line.
talked about how her life was growing up, her dad, her mom, and all of this kind of stuff. I mean, my heart did fall out for her. It really did. And at that time when I was watching her, I didn't have myself listed as Raggedy Nanny. That was not my name. At the time that I cashed out her all that money, it was not under Raggedy Nanny. It showed up. It's a total different name. Total different name. Then when I changed my name, and she know who it was when I changed my name, but she would call me at 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Toes in sand, a lot. I agree, a lot. Um,
The first live stream I ever saw of Patient Zero is when she got 5150'd.
yep,
That was the first stream I ever saw.
yep. And so, my heart did go out to her. She called me at 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
That's that
I,
to everyone.
I would get up.
It's psychological warfare. It's sleep deprivation, so she can get her hooks into you and scam you.
And, I'd get up, talk to her. Send her what she would ask for. But then one night, well, it was one afternoon, her and him was sitting in that McDonald's, and she said that she needed cigarettes.
Yeah.
And so I cashed out $40 for cigarettes. Well, Robin cashed out too that day at the same time.
Exactly. That's how scammers do it. That's how they do it.
At the same time. Well, once a certain person on this app told me, said, you ain't the only one who sent her money that day. I went back to her and I asked her about it. And that's how I know Robin sent money that day, because she told me Robin had, right? So I told her, I said, now, I ain't sending no more for cigarettes for a while. And then she called me one morning, like at 2:30 in the morning. Said she was hungry. And would I DoorDash her something to eat? And I told her no, that I couldn't do it, right then. Next thing I know, my ass got blocked.
Wow. That actually, you want to know what that reminds me of? back when I want to say it's when her and Angie, like when Angie first started coming around,
2:30 a.m.
and she was all like, "Oh, I'm starving. I'm starving. I had a Cheerio this morning, and I haven't eaten anything." And then fucking Angie commented, goes, "I just door dashed you McDonald's like an hour ago. Did you not eat it?"
Uh-huh.
And she goes, "Oh no, I don't waste food, but you should have just called me instead of commenting on this." It's like, no, you're a scammer. But yeah, no, she calls you at 2:33. She calls you that late. It's psychological warfare. It's basically exactly. She always will call after you take your meds after the night when you don't know what's fully going on, so she could fucking psychologically fuck with your mind and get what she wants. Oh, thank you for the hearts.
Well, see, I had been friends with her even when she was with that guy John to start with, you know. After she had done married Kyle, divorced Kyle, went to John, you know, that whole situation thing.
Yeah.
And see, I don't know much about TikTok. Not much. I learned how to go live. And believe it or not, my little nephew that's 5 years old showed me how to go live. But I didn't go live. I know how to post pictures, find the music. Um, and she wanted to mod me. I said, "Girl, you want to mod the wrong woman. I'm dumb when it comes to TikTok. I ain't been on here that long. I'm dumb, you know." So she kept on and on about it. I said, I can't do it because I don't know how to do it. But then my daughter showed me how to do it. But I told her, I said, nah, I'm good. See, and the sad thing about this is my daughter knowed what was going on because she had even been in FaceTime with me and that creator that me and you talked about, Eddie.
Oh, yeah.
She had been in my daughter had been in FaceTime with us on the telephone. And my daughter kept telling me, "Mama, now, you know, I know that you have a big heart and you help people. You'll feel sorry for young people real fast, like." She said, "But Mama, something ain't right. Something ain't right." So in July, when I got in Melissa Sue's box that night, um, my daughter was here. She was here, and that creator that me and you talking about, Eddie, she messaged my phone and wanted me to send her money.
I
And
mean, you can just look into her eyes. Like you can look into fucking her eyes and just tell she's pure evil.
well, that's the night I got in Melissa Sue's box about 10:30, 11 o'clock that night. It was July 12th because it's the day that my brother passed away.
I was there for it. I was there when you went into Melissa's stream.
Yep, my brother had passed away that day. I had to go identify his body because he died on the RTA bus going to get his dialysis. And she messaged me that night, want me to send her money, right? I told that creator, I said, "I can't send you no money right now." I said, "My brother just passed away today and I had to identify his body." I said, "I got to pay for a funeral." I said, "I can't send you no money right now." Where I have the Texas, but I can't post them because my attorney won't allow me to right now. And she come back at me and cussed me in a text. Bo, my daughter went sideways. Well, I happened to go to TikTok, and Melissa Sue happened to pop up on my FYP. And that's when I requested to get in Melissa Sue's box that night. I sure did. And then it got put over on that Reddit page.
Yep.
Where I don't know nothing about Reddit. My daughter knows all about Reddit, but I don't know about Reddit. My daughter told me to stay off that app.
Oh yeah, no, you want to stay off of Reddit.
And that's what I done. But yes, I did request Melissa Sue's box on July the 12th that night. I think it was between 10:30, 11 o'clock that night, or may have been a little bit after that. And told the truth about that creator me and you talking about. But I mean, and if it hadn't been for my daughter opening my eyes and she started pulling up stuff, Eddie, I don't think I would have opened my eyes up like I did. I
Well,
don't.
and that's why that's why I respect you and I talk to you and I kick it with you. Notice like honestly, I think Angie, Robin, the people who keep going back to Kenesha, I think are they deserve what they get. In my honest to God opinion, they deserve what they get for going back. See, you when you came in and you told your story, you didn't go right back and start kissing her ass.
You ain't even seen me in her life.
Exactly. But after, for example, when Angie first came out with her story, her boohoo thing, she went right back to sending them money to the point where she faked her own unaliving.
Mm-hmm.
And then Robin, anytime Robin gets a hair in her ass, she immediately fucking runs and tells all of Kenesha's business and shit talks her, but goes right back. That's because Robin's a predator, and she's been grooming Kenesha.
Yeah, and another thing too, what a lot of people don't understand now, and I'm saying this because I found this out through the legal way, okay? Those mods, okay, baby, you send me your phone number, Melissa. I think I still got it in a message, but just in
I
case I
got her
don't,
number. No,
in case I don't, you send it to me, baby. But I've learned this through the justice system, okay? With this here situation of the creator that you and I are talking about, um, you know, she sends her mods cash apps.
Oh yeah, she sends her mods cash apps. Basically, they're getting it's her way of giving them a piece of the cookie for bringing her new victims.
Uh-huh. And Robin's son, he a nice young man. Very nice young man.
He's very Christian, like she is. No, I'm sorry.
He ain't no Christian. She ain't no Christian either. Her husband ain't no pastor. He got his license off the internet. You can go to ULC through Google.
That's where I got my psychiatrist license at. No,
You can get your ministry license for $58.99 for the certificate. If you want to do marriages, whatever. Where I'm legal, I do weddings. I'm a wedding officiant. But I ain't no minister. I ain't no minister. My potentials are through the state. But I mean, when you're thinking, let's see how I can put this and don't sound like a piece of shit, okay?
I want to slap my meat on the grill. Sorry, I forgot I wasn't muted. My wife was Lindsay was asking me what I wanted for dinner. I said I'm gonna slap my meat on the grill.
I thought you said you was gonna slap it on the floor.
Oh no.
But let's see how I can put this and don't sound terrible.
All right, give me a second. I look like straight shit.
But when it's been brung to your eyes and there's proof laying there, like my daughter brung the light to my eyes, right? And they keep going back doing the exact same thing that they just bashed the girl about. It don't go back on that girl. It goes back on that old ass woman that's got a session with that young girl.
Oh yeah, no, and that's what I'm trying to say. Thank you for the bunny ears. That's what I'm trying to say is, I see. I know a lot. I well not know a lot. I heard a lot, but I don't know what I'm allowed to say and what I'm not allowed to say. So I gotta mind my p's and q's. Yeah, I gotta pick and choose on what I'm allowed to say. Uh, just know that Robin is a predator.
Yeah, I know that
Oh, I got an elephant trunk.
because
That helps out my elephantitis.
because then I was talking to that creator that me and you've been talking about
Yeah.
right after Robin came into the picture. That creator that we was talking about, she was calling me because she was concerned on things that was said to her. And she was asking me how was she supposed to take that? What did that mean coming from an older woman? I told her, I said, well, that's a rabbit hole you got to go down. I ain't going in that rabbit hole. I said, but I wouldn't take it kindly.
Oh yeah, nah. Like I said, the whole thing with that is the simple fact that, like I said, reason why I feel like Robin went back is because Robin's a predator, and no offense, I think her husband's in on it too.
Oh, Bo, you ain't never met him?
Oh no, I never met him, but I know he's a pastor.
He ain't no pastor. He's a minister off the internet.
And I'm a doctor.
Huh?
I said, yeah, and I'm a doctor. My slides, you say? My Nike slides. Uh,
But I mean,
I only found one.
but when I first started my first live, because it disconnected for some reason, and
And
then I had
the
re-
reason why you keep getting the violation is because it either sees the smoke coming out of your mouth or it sees you smoking. I got so many of those.
that's why I got you turned looking at the chairs and the brick wall over there. But I mean, people came into my life, and you know, I was discussing my sister-in-law passing away, about the Suboxone and the methadone clinics. People don't think people passes away off of methadone. They were already July 12th at the hospital because he died on an RTA bus going to dialysis. Send me a message wanting me to send money, and me knowing that I had to bury my brother, and she wants to get mad and talk cash shit. And then when I really got to checking into things that much more, I said, no, she ain't go do fraudulent by deception on me. If your heart said you did it willingly, therefore you have no case, period. Cola, you don't know what you're talking about. Because when they request and they're telling you that it's for something that it is not used for, and it's used for something different than what they stated in their request to your cash app, then that's fraudulent by deception. Now, you've been in here constantly when my live got taken the first time and I had to restart, and now you back in here again, going again when you don't have all the facts, you don't know the whole case, you don't know the proof, you don't know what can be done and can't be done if you have not spent the thousands of dollars to bring the charges. So until you have a case of your own, go sit your little ugly ass down. You're right, Melissa Sue. Time will show the truth. It always does. And when the truth is shown, when the truth is shown, then I don't want nobody that has called me a liar to then want to come to me and ask me, well, how do I go about filing? Okay? It's like 76 degrees, Melissa. It's like 76 degrees. Tomorrow's supposed to be like 82. You right, toes in the sand. The truth always comes out of the dark. South Carolina in the wintertime, it gets down. We get snow every once in a blue moon. Not a real big snow. I think the last real huge snow we had was in like 1973. We could jump off the top of our house and land in the snow. But for me, South Carolina's winters runs, sometime it'd get down 32 in the daytime. But it's nothing real major. I mean, I still walk around barefooted. You can keep your 30 degrees. Yeah, it is pretty in the Carolinas this weekend. I paid for one of my nephews because the day was been 2 years since his mama passed away. So some friends of his was going down to the beach, and so I paid for him to be able to go to the beach and hang out with his friends this weekend down at Myrtle Beach. Ooh, that negative 50 plus wind chills. When I lived out in Tulsa, Oklahoma, now we used to get some bad snows out in Tulsa, Oklahoma, but I loved it out there. I loved it too when I lived in Muskogee on the Indian reservation also. Justice, I know you want to know when court date is, but I will not give that date out. I'm not trying to be rude, ugly, or anything, but I will not give that date out. But when that date comes, and after all of the cases has been finalized, they will be live videos of it, and they will be all court document papers that I can post and can give to people. And yes, it has been a long process, and it will be a long process. Well, I appreciate that, Justice. Thank you so much. No, I'm not letting it go. I'll never let it go. Nana Tracy, yeah, they don't think that it should take this long. They think that everything just happens overnight. It don't happen overnight. It sure don't. Not when there's so many multiple records that they're having to go through and making sure what is legal, what is not legal. Toes in saying you're correct. There's a lot of things that I cannot talk on that they're trying to push me to talk on where, it messes up my case, where I'm not going to talk on them where it don't mess up my case. I was born at night, but I sure wasn't born last night. I didn't go to school and get an education to be dumb. And a lot of people want to think I don't have an education. I do have an education. The problem with me is I have had 3 strokes. So it's messed up some of my facial and it's messed up with some of my speech of getting the correct words out. Be careful who you share info with when things gets going. Stick with Melissa Sue. You're right, Tozen, saying I be very careful who I deal with, who I talk to anymore on this app, whose lives I go into. It's very few lies. If something pops up on my FYP and it catches my attention, I don't go into their lives. I just sit on the outside the door and watch their live. I sure do. I mean, I'll stroll up into Melissa Sue's live and talk with Melissa Sue in her live, but I don't get in the box. I just, be in the chat. I speak to Nanny Tracy. I speak to Mama Bear if they're in the live. OG. 2 people that used to be in their lives a good bit. I learned that they were snakes. So when they even pop up on my FYP, I stroll right on along. I ain't even go sit on the outside the door and listen to those 2 people. Because they snakes, they liars. Well, I thank each and every one of you for coming in. Planning on going back live tomorrow, maybe, for a little while. But when I go live tomorrow, anybody that's in here now, if you happen to pop into my live, let's not talk about what I have going on court-wise, because you'll get the same reaction you got today. You're not going to get the answers that you want to hear. You're not going to get docket numbers. You're not going to get any of that. Nana Tracy, you right. Melissa Sue, she keeps it to herself. If you talk to Melissa Sue keeps everything private. CC, happy Easter to you too, sweetheart. I hope your family has a good one. All right, Melissa Sue, sweetheart. I sure will. You be the one I put as a mod. Katie, yeah, I'm talking about Melissa Sue. She ain't gonna tell it unless she absolutely gets pushed in a corner to have to bring something out to cover her own behind. But I got to go in there and I got to make some sweet potato pies. I got to make a rabbit cake. I got to do some cupcakes. I got to do some brownies. I got to do some marshmallow treats, get my ham ready, get my cornbread ready for homemade dressing, making some homemade macaroni and cheese, whole 9 yards. And Tracy, I hope you have a great day and a happy Easter to you. I will see y'all tomorrow. Thank y'all for stopping in. Love you, Melissa Sue.